All right, the news today is that for 2024, yet again, the IRS is waiving the inherited IRA RMDs if you're under that 10-year rule. So that's where if you inherited money from 2020 or later, and you have to take it out in the first 10 years, there's a whole lot of confusion going on there. So for 21, 22, 23, and now 2024, the IRS is waiving that requirement again for this particular year. You still have the 10 years from the start, but they're waiving that requirement. You don't have to take out the required minimums if you inherited in 2020 or later, and if you're part of that 2020 rule that's on there. So it's a lot of times like if you inherited from your parents or grandparents, things like that. So let's go right into the actual release that they did. Let me pull that up here. Make sure that's live. Looks like we're good. Yeah, so this is the release. I'll put the link in the chat there, but they say two things interesting. In 2022, that's when the IRS said that you're going to have then this 10-year rule where you actually have to take out the required minimums each and every year. A lot of times you might have thought it's not till the end of the 10 years, but they announced it's during the 10 years. Doesn't look like I'm sharing, so let me try that again. There you go. So you got the required minimums here that you're being shared. And boy, I tell you what, it doesn't seem to be working again. My apologies. Let me try this again. There you go. I know that one's working. All right, so this is the actual IRS notice, and a couple of things interesting. They're really making it seem as if, okay, we're done pushing things off for this idea of you have to take it out each and every year, and they're pushing that away. So expect to take out those required minimums in 2025, and they're really just clarifying again how this all works out, that you've got the different rules for when you take money out in the first 5 years. And it's really the 10-year rule that we're talking about, where especially if you were a kid, a beneficiary, where, and by kid I mean, you know, you're an adult, you're not under 18, but you are under this 10-year rule. The surprise in 2022 is that you didn't have to wait till the end of the 10 years. You had to take out your kind of required minimums along the way. And then they said, we're just going to push that off. So we're going to push that off. And they're pushing off again here in 2024. Ed Slott's got a great article that is going through and talking about how this all works with the waiving of the 2024 RMDs, again, for IRA beneficiaries subject to the 10-year rule. So great summary on there. And a reminder from Ed's company, Ed Slott's company, that this does not affect the lifetime RMDs. So if you're somebody that counted as an eligible designated beneficiary, they call it, and you're allowed to spread it out over your lifetime, you're supposed to keep on taking that money out as an RMD over your lifetime. And of course, this is for 2020 and later. So if you inherited money before 2020, this doesn't excuse you. So there you go. For some people, you get some relief, again, kicking it down the road, kicking the can again down the road. But we've got the updates in there. And of course, just because they allow you to wait on the RMD until the future doesn't mean you shouldn't do some tax planning and maybe start taking some money out time and time again ahead of time, because you get to capture and intentionally pay taxes at a time that you want to versus waiting till 2025 or waiting until the end of that 10 years. So we got some links there. Go check it out and learn more how the RMDs are yet again getting waived for certain 10-year beneficiaries. So, talk soon.